What's up, everyone? I know I wasn't here last week. I was actually in Macon, Georgia with the Buccaneers for their Atlantic Sun basketball conference. Naturally, we did lose, and if I have a kind of a weird, kind of streppy, throaty thing going on right now, I do apologize in advance. I screamed my butt off the entire time I was there, and I feel like I'm still recovering my voice. So if it's a little scratchy, if it's a little bit off kilter today, then I do apologize. However, that break actually did give me the chance to watch a lot of sci-fi when I wasn't at the game and hanging out with some friends. So I did get a chance to catch up on Battlestar Galactica and Outcasts. Oh, and if the camera angle looks a little bit different than last time, I do apologize. I had decided that I was going to go back to my drum set and take the webcam that I have here and go ahead and record myself playing drum set for you all to listen to. But you know what? Doggone it, I broke my bass drum head like 5 minutes into playing it. I was furious, and the simple idea is I have little to no money right now, mostly because I spent it all going to Macon, so I have no money to replace that drum head. Luckily, I don't have a gig going on here in the next little bit. However, I can't play drums because I don't have the money to buy a bass drum, and for all of you that are drummers, bass drum heads are quite expensive, especially the good kinds. I also want to ask one small question. If there's anyone out there that uses CyberLink Power Studio Pro 8 or whatever it is to edit, so please let me know. Just, message me because I have a couple questions that I can't seem to find on YouTube. Also, I do understand the oddness of me using that program, so bear with me on that one. I don't have Final Cut Pro and don't have the money to afford it. So until I do, I'm using that. Alright, now on to Battlestar Galactica. I just finished Season 2.5, a couple episodes through Season 3, and I do want to do a quick little rant, if you will, about Battlestar Galactica and what I've seen so far in Season 3. Spoiler warning, spoiler warning. Alright, now just so you all are very much aware, so we don't have to worry about trying to figure out where it is on the video monitor, this little sidebar thing down here. But I'm just going to pop it up right here. It's just going to say spoiler warning, and you just have to hit the mute button and don't have to worry about listening to me anything, and I'm not going to show anything flashy on the screen. Now tell me, why did they end up going back to the spaceships for Season 3? I haven't seen the entire Season 3 just yet, but from what I can tell in the episodes that I've seen, it made no sense to do that. You had a very, very new plot, very, very interesting plot of them spending 4 months on this brand new planet and the Silence had just come in and taken over. That could have added so much more to the storyline if you just stayed there. If you didn't decide we're going to go ahead and quickly bring them back on the ship and they're going to find Earth, that made no sense whatsoever. You could have stretched out almost an entire new season, an entire new series, based on the fact that you could have stayed on that planet. You had a new president, you had Cylon invasions, you had a whole peaceful economy, and it made no sense at that particular point. So why? Why did they go back to the ship? Seriously. I think I'm done with the show. For those of you that are big fans of BSG and want to that did hear that, and you want to leave your replies, just type it below, and I will try to respond, and we will have a nice little fun discussion. Not an argument, not trolling, a discussion. Now, on to more along the lines of cosplay. I did actually decide on a new costume I'm going to do. I'm not going to do it for MTAC because I don't have the time, don't have the money, and this is going to be a very, very, very intense costume. So I think I'm going to do it. Oh, and the other fact that has nothing to do with anime. But I think I'm going to do it for GMX when it comes around, because that should give me plenty of time and possibly help. So if you guys are interested in hearing my, well, costume idea, just reply below, please. That will do it for this week. I do have a couple things I do want to mention real quick. First off, this glare right here is annoying the hell out of me. So, I have no idea how I'm going to stop it, but I will stop it soon. Secondly, I have a green screen right over here, but I'm still trying to get used to it, still trying to work it into my system. So bear with me. Hopefully by next week, this will no longer exist and it'll be a green screen background. Thirdly, I do want to say thank you all for subscribing to my video blog here on the YouTube channel and giving me comments and doing all the fun stuff that you do. It's awesome. Thank you. Now reply below. And finally, thank you, Mary, for putting me on your video blog episode. That was totally awesome-tastic. However, I don't know what the big deal is about me not ever watching Star Trek. I was brought up under the generation that you are either a Star Wars fan or you are a Star Trek fan, not mixing in between. At some point, I will watch the series. Just be patient, please. I'm just curious here, has anyone else been brought up under that realization that you are either a Star Trek fan or a Star Wars fan? Am I the only one here? I would love to know, because no one around me is saying anything because, well, I'm doing this by myself. But so if you were either a Star Trek fan or Star Wars fan and really didn't see a reason for you to merge or were brought up under the assumption that you shouldn't merge, just let me know so I'm not alone in this debate, please. Please? Puppy dog eyes, please? I'll see you all next week with more to report. Maybe about music, maybe about nerdom, maybe about my life for once. Who knows? Peace. Oh, and one more thing I do want to mention. Visit these two things over here. This one is actually a really, really cool sci-fi little short film I found through io9.com. This one, also found through io9.com, is one brilliant, brilliant fan-made Star Wars documentary. It's just 4, 5, and 6 right now. I'm not sure if he's going to do 1, 2, and 3. But they are insanely brilliant things to watch. Eddie Bose!